former White House ethics czar, Norm Eisen. It's good to see you, brother. So what do we know about autopen? I do know that Bush II looked at it, his administration. He never used the autopen, but they thought that the autopen should be fine as long as you could show that the president was effectuating the document and had the intention and recognition.
That's right, Chris. Various forms of the autopen have been used for decades. We used it in the Obama administration. The Office of Legal Counsel, the definitive lawyers for any presidential administration, has said there is no issue with an autopen. And this is a reprehensible and despicable argument, I think, to distract from Donald Trump's own legal problems by throwing these pardons into a propaganda bog. But it won't fly because you showed the evidence that Donald Trump himself is using mechanical signatures. As long as the president is authorizing this, pardons actually don't even need to be signed. There's no question that Biden authorized these pardons. This is more garbage from the autocratic Trump administration. It's what dictators do, Chris. They lie.
Well, it's why Levitt started the way she did. Levitt starts by saying, I think we can all agree now that President Biden was non compos mentis, or however she put it. She probably doesn't know the Latin phrase, but it doesn't matter. If you could prove that a president wasn't aware of the orders, now you're in different waters, right?
Yes, but there's no indication of that. Of course, Biden was aware of these pardons. Of course, he approved the pardons. Let me tell you, if Donald Trump goes into court and instructs people to say these were not valid pardons, he's going to be laughed out, or worse, held in contempt by the courts, just like we see in a large number of the cases I'm litigating or helping on, about 24 of them. The courts are having none of his claptrap, Chris. This is even worse than the kind of thing that caused Judge Jeb Boasberg to call the administration on the carpet today. It's made up, hooey nonsense. It's insulting. It's offensive. It's what you expect from somebody who said he would be a dictator on day one, and he kept on going, Chris. It's garbage.
Let me ask you one question here while I have you. Just real quick, Norm. I need a quick answer on this. What do you care if the president appoints Musk to look at waste, fraud, and abuse?
Chris, I applied to be a member of the Doge. We're all opposed to waste, fraud, and abuse. But Elon Musk and Donald Trump are causing more of it with their wrecking ball, their sledgehammer, and their chainsaw. That's not how you fix government. They're harming the American people, millions of us, by destroying the services we rely upon.
All right, we'll see how that case goes. Norm Eisen, thank you very much for your perspicacity, as always. Thank you very much. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.